Hello everyone, Mr. Brian here, and Miss Patty and I would like to welcome you to our first of our summer reading Tales and Tales performers. This is Mr. Bond of Mr. Bond's Science Guides. They go all over the place and do a lot of amazing fun science experiments and science activities. So I think you guys are really going to have a lot of fun watching this, and hopefully you're going to learn a lot of fun stuff too. I hope that everyone is remembering to record their books in our Reader Zone app. I'll leave a link to that in the description below this video. And without any further ado, I will turn this over now to Mr. Bond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian. I am Mr. Bond. Everybody say, hello, Mr. Bond.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
And I am coming to you live from London, England. Well, not really. I'm in Sparta, Tennessee. I'm going to do some experiments today with the ping pong pulverizer. I've got the electromagnetic pulse generator. I brought my lie detector, and I've got some dry ice. Dry ice is frozen carbon dioxide. It's very, very cold. It's colder than the coldest place on Earth. Mr. Brian, can you see that?
Yes.
Do you see the gas coming off, everybody? The heat from my breath is making the ice melt. But there's no liquid dropping on the floor, right? So dry ice goes from a solid to a gas without ever becoming a liquid. And because it changes from a solid to a gas, we can do some cool experiments. So I've got a quarter here. I'm going to drive the quarter into the ice and leave it in there. Can you see it shaking?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know who the president is on the quarters? Yeah, he's George Washington. And do you know what he died from? Yeah, he died of the cold. He was shivering. You get it? George Washington's shivering. He caught pneumonia and he died of the cold. So don't blame the English. We tried, but... And of course, once the metal is frozen, it will stop shaking. So that's a little gas pressure experiment, pushing the quarter from side to side. And you know what this stuff is? This is cold, hard cash. Now, the next experiment I want to show you is a lie detector. This will tell me if you are telling the truth or if you're telling a lie. I am Mr. Bond, and I am a science teacher, and I am from England. Is that true? Yes, it's true. And how do you know it's true? Because the liquid boils. Now let's try a lie. My name is Elizabeth, and I am the Queen of England. Is that true? No. And when you tell a lie, it doesn't go up. I am from Australia, and I love crocodiles. Is that true? No. How do you know? Because it doesn't go up. So when I tell the truth, the liquid will boil. And when I tell a lie, the liquid will go down. Now, I'm just kidding. That was actually a tall tale, which is kind of a lie, but it's a lie when you're having fun. So that was a tall tale. This is not really a lie detector. This liquid boils because of the heat in my hand. It's called methyl chloride, and it boils at the temperature of your blood. Now in my other hand, I'm holding some ice, And that makes my hand cold. So in my cold hand, the liquid stays down. This liquid boils at about your body temperature, 98.6 degrees. But in my other hand, where I'm cold, because I was holding the ice, it doesn't go up. Now I did this last week at the zoo with a crocodile. And when I did it with a crocodile, it didn't go up. Do you know why it didn't go up? Yeah, because it's cold-blooded. And also because it was lying. It was lying on the ground. Because it's a crocodile, it was lying. Get it? So that's my tall tale for the day, my lie detector. That's not really a lie detector. Now have a look at my electromagnetic pulse generator. Oh no, not an electromagnetic pulse generator. Yes, it's an electromagnetic pulse generator. Can you see the red button? I'm going to do a countdown. When I get to 0, I'm going to press the red button. And I'm going to keep my head out of the way because I've been hit on the head 3 times already. 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo! Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh, caught it. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So let's talk about the science. Do you see the copper? Everybody say copper.
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 When the electricity goes through the copper, it changes the copper into a magnet. So we are using electricity to generate magnetism. And so we call it electromagnetism. And that electromagnet pushes or repels the ring. Now let's try it with a rocket. Load the rocket on there. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Woo! 3, 2, 1, blast off! And one more time. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Perfect. Do you want it to go higher? You want it to go higher, right, guys? To make it go higher, we have to eliminate the electrical resistance. And what I mean by that is we have to freeze. We have to freeze the metal. When we freeze the metal, the molecules slow down, they move more slowly, and that eliminates the electrical resistance. So I am freezing the metal with the dry ice. You know how friction will stop things from rolling across the carpet, but if you put it on ice, there's less friction and it'll float smoothly across. Well, it's the same with freezing the metal. We're creating a superconductor and we're making it less, not friction, but less electrical resistance. So let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Woo! We hit the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Blast off! 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Perfect. Now let's try it with the rocket. 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Perfect. Try it again. 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Oh. Blast off! Houston, we have a problem. Why didn't it launch? Why didn't the rocket launch, guys? It didn't go up. Because I didn't use the metal. If I don't use the metal, then it doesn't repel. This is just plastic, and it doesn't affect the plastic. Now with the metal, 3, 2, 1, blast off! It will go flying in the air. Now we would love to launch rockets using an electromagnetic pulse generator here on Earth, But we can't, because there is too much gravity. The gravity pulls it back down. So we're going to build one of these things, not on the Earth, but on the moon. And in the next 30 years or so, maybe when you grow up, if you become a scientist with NASA, you could build one of these on the moon. And we will launch our rockets in the future, not from the Earth, but from the moon. How cool is that? Now the moon does have gravity. Don't forget, the moon does have gravity, but it has a lot less than the Earth. So we can launch our rockets from the moon. Did you hear the metal screeching? Let's try that with this pan. When I put the ice on the metal, we get a beautiful musical note. Do you know what kind of music that is? Yeah, it's heavy metal. Now I have a big pan and a small pan. Which one will give us a higher note? The big one or the small one? What do you think? The big one or the small one? Let's try the big one first. You heard that one already, right? Listen for the note. Very nice. Now let's try the small pan. Which one had the higher note? The small pan has the higher note. It has a shorter wavelength, so it has a higher note. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to take a quick break. I've been working hard doing science, so I'm going to take a break and have a drink. But I think I should put some ice in my drink. So let's get my ice. And now I can put some ice to cool my drink down. You ready? I'm going to drink it. I'm going to drink it. Yeah, you're right. That's not a good idea, right? We never taste anything in science. I am a trained professional, but you guys should never taste anything yourself unless you're working with a grown-up. But I'm going to drink it. Yeah, it tastes great. This gas, carbon dioxide, is part of the air around you. It's not going to hurt you. And this is what we use to make sodas taste fizzy. So if you drink it, it tastes like Sprite. It tastes great. And do you see how it's coming out of my nose? When I did my first COVID test, the doctor told me that one side of my nose is completely blocked. It must have been broken when I was a youngster. And so now I can only blow out one side. I never even knew that until I had my COVID test. Oh, by the way, which way is the gas going? Yeah, it's going down. So that tells us that this gas is heavier than air. So can you weigh gases? Yeah, if they have different weights, then we must be able to weigh them. So this gas is heavier than air. Do you know a gas that's lighter than air? Maybe it was at your birthday party? Yeah, helium. Helium gas is lighter than air, but carbon dioxide is heavier. Now, my next experiment is my ping pong pulverizer. Because the English Olympic ping pong team asked me to be their trainer because they were terrible and they were never going to win. So they asked me to prepare them for this summer's Olympics. Now when I first got there, I just threw the ping pong balls at the players And that wasn't very clever, right? That wasn't very scientific. So, because I'm a scientist, I got a leaf blower. Now, I can toss the ping pong balls at the players, like this. And that was working great. I can toss the ping pong balls really hard and the players have to knock it back. But I wasn't able to direct it very easily. So, since I'm a scientist, I decided to use Bernoulli's principle, which says air moves from low pressure to high pressure. So if you're looking at the weather forecast, you'll see the clouds will move from low pressure zones to high pressure zones, because air moves from low pressure to high pressure. So now with my nozzle, I can fire the ping pong balls. Pretty cool. But it got so tiring to do one after the other. I had to find a way to make it more challenging. These players were hitting back the ping pong balls every time. So I built my ping pong pulverizer. Now I can fire 144 ping pong balls at the same time. Load it up here. Everybody ready at home? See if you can catch one of these. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just whacked Mr. Brian 100 times with the ping pong balls. So, using my ping pong pulverizer, I've been training the team all year. So this summer when we have the Olympics, watch the English ping pong team and see if we win any gold medals. Our best player, she's only 12 years old, she can hit back all 144 ping pong balls. But I had to give her 2 paddles. And she knocks back all of them. Is that another tall tale? Right? That's another tall tale, I'm telling you. Perfect. Now, for my last experiment, and my most dangerous experiment, we have emergency vehicles outside if anything should go wrong. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I love doing this experiment. Oops. Because it really breaks the ice. I am now going to lower my hand into the bucket. Count to 10 and watch what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can see after only 10 seconds in the cauldron, nothing happens at all. I told you, it doesn't do anything. This gas is in the air around us. I can put my whole head in here. And it doesn't do anything at all. This gas is part of the air around us, carbon dioxide. Now, that's all my experiments for you today. I am Mr. Bond, the science guy. We do science clubs and science camps and in-school science workshops. So I hope to see you guys all live and in person next summer at your library. And if you're wondering, why does the Queen never wave with this hand? It's because this is my hand, and she can't wave with my hand. Thank you guys, see you next year.